Okay, so in our example today, we will look through at probability, and I have prepared two examples for you, and we will look through these examples together. Now, over here, what's a probability? Now, a probability, it's basically in layman terms, it means chance, okay? So over here, we are interested in calculating the probability of getting all these events over here, all right? What is the chances that I will get all these events over here? So how do we calculate probability? There is a formula we must follow. It is a very simple formula. So I'm gonna write here, over here, there's a formula for probability. So it's gonna equals to the probability of an event, all right, whichever event you're interested in, it's gonna equals to the number of outcome over the total outcome. All right, so that's the main formula in probability over here. So that's the main formula. I'm gonna put a box over here. So again, this is the main formula that we use in probability. Okay. Now, before I move on to this example, there are a few things that I would like to emphasize. When we talk about probability, the maximum probability, all right, for this probability, the maximum, it's gonna be 1. Okay? The minimum, it's going to be 0. So what does this 1 and 0 mean? So if you get a probability of 1, it means that event will happen. Right? It's 100% that event will happen. So if you get 0, which means that event will not happen at all. Right? Will not happen. So in probability, your answers will be always in between 0 to 1. Okay, so you must take note of that. So your probability will never be a negative answer. Your probability will never be more than 1. Okay, so it's always going to be between 0 to 1. Okay, now having noted that, all right, let's look at this example over here. All right, so this example says that you roll a fair dice. Okay, so what is the probability of me rolling a 3? So I roll a fair dice. Okay, so a dice has 6 faces. So I'm going to draw that out right now. So for my question A, a dice. So I have 6 faces. So the faces look something like this. All right, that's how dices look like. All right, the faces of the dices look like. So let's look at this question. So what is the probability of me getting a 3? Now mathematically, how do I show this? I will show this in this form. The probability of me getting a 3 will be how much? So the first thing I need to fill up will be the number of outcome. So take a look at these 6 faces over here. How many 3s I have over here? I have only 1 of them. All right. So the number of outcome here is only 1. 1, all right, out of the total outcome. So how many faces do I have? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that's gonna be 6. Okay. So this is how we read this. How we read this is the probability of me getting a 3, of me rolling a 3, will be 1 out of 6. So that's my probability. You can leave your answer as a fraction. No problem with that. Okay? Now we are done with A. Right? Now let's go through with B over here. Now question B, they said an even number. So an even number here means your 2, 4, 6, 8 and so on. Alright? So let's look through the same dice again. Let's look through this same dice. In this dice, my minimum number is 1, my maximum is 6. So which of the following are my even numbers? So if you look through here, my even numbers will be my 2, my 4, and also my 6, right? 2, 4, 6 are my even number. So how do I write this mathematically? I will write like this. The probability of me getting an even number, okay, it's gonna equals to 3 over 6. There are 3 of them, they are even numbers, and total of faces, it's 6. Now you can leave your answer as like this, there's no problem, or you can simplify it to 1 over, common factor is 3, so it's gonna be 2. Okay, you can simplify it as like this as well. Okay? Now there will be an interesting question over here, C. Alright, now I'm gonna erase this. This is for question B. Now we look through at C together. Okay? Now, if you look through and see, they are asking you to calculate the probability, okay, of 3. Alright, you will roll a 3 or an even number. Now, there's a special word here, or. Alright? Now, or, it's a very important word in probability. What it is telling you, it's an addition. Alright, what is it telling you? It is an addition. That is what or means in probability. Okay? So, mathematically, what does this mean? Alright, mathematically, what does this mean? So, I will write my working like this. So, P, probability of getting 3 or even number, okay, it's equals to, so again, this or over here, it tells you it is an addition operation. Okay, it is telling you it is an addition operation. So all you need to do is to add up the two probability. One of them is 3, one of them is even number. So I will write this up as like this. So I will add up the two probability. One of them is the probability I get 3, or over here tells me that's an addition,